Good evening everyone, it's Wednesday the 10th of April 2013. Okay, the showers just seem to be non-stop up and down the east coast of Queensland, and they're only set to ramp up over the next 3 to 4 days. We do have a fair bit of interest in quite a strong surface trough along the North Queensland coast, which is forecast to develop into a surface low and track either southeast or south down the coast. There is a degree of uncertainty with this forecast, but at this stage it's a 50-50 of either way, down the coast or out a little bit further offshore. Whichever way it does, it will greatly differentiate between the impacts on it and what it has on Queensland coast. So let's have a look at the 8-day accumulation rainfall forecast totals from Waddle. You can see up there around the tropics of North Queensland, there's quite a significant amount of rainfall still yet to fall. There's been a significant amount of rainfall today and over the past 24 hours, and even in the past few days. Mackay's copped a bit of a hammering. HSC Amy up there, she's over it. There's more to come, Amy, so you'll have to put up. We also have a coastal rivers flood warning out from the BOM between Cairns and Townsville. I also think there is a coastal waters wind warning for up there, and that's forecast to possibly reach gale force over the next few days as the trough low develops. So I'll move on to, we'll go to the tropics first. On the 925 winds here, which is just above the surface, you can see that tomorrow morning around Townsville in the red shade there, they're quite strong, up to 40 knots. Okay, so double knots, about 80 k an hour. Obviously, they're stronger gusts in that. And then as we progress out through into 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, the strong winds extend from Cairns to Mackay, or thereabouts. And you can see off into the Coral Sea the trough forming with the circulations and the red and blue shadings, which is wind speeds and wind strengths direction. That's tomorrow afternoon. Friday morning, the surface trough elongates. There's a few circular motions there, trying to spin up lows and that sort of thing, but at this stage it's a little bit uncertain on Friday where exactly when and where this low, if it does spin up or it remains quite a deep surface trough offshore. Look, regardless of what happens, you can still see the onshore winds are cranking on. Pretty much right down the east coast anyway, even past Mackay down to Brisbane, Cairns, Townsville. You're all expecting showers, moderate to heavy falls, isolated thunderstorms as well. We go to 4 p.m. on Friday. The winds tend to swing a little bit more southeastern. It runs parallel with the coast and the tropics, so things may start to ease. You can see that GFS is forecasting a very northwest southeast axis surface trough out there offshore. Okay, it's quite significant. You can see the blue shading out there running along the orange shading, which is wind speeds and direction, marking quite a significant surface trough out there. So we'll move on from Friday and we'll go on to Saturday morning. I've got it loaded here somewhere. Well, Saturday afternoon anyway we'll do. This is southeast Queensland. Brisbane's right in the, or Gympie to Brisbane's right in the red zone there of the low level, the winds. Okay, so obviously offshore here we could have a developing or a surface low or deepening surface trough just off the coast here, which will crank winds back on shore, delivering heavy rain areas possibly. But there is a degree of uncertainty. Some have the low here on the southeast coast as it comes down, or the trough, and then other ones have it, moving further offshore. So even the BOM are mentioning this, and it's about a 50-50 call at the moment. However, if we do drop a plot over Brisbane on at 4 p.m. on Saturday, 4 p.m. on Saturday, or Saturday in general is supposed to be the big rain day for SEQ. These are the winds. This is height. Okay, so as you go up this chart here, there's height. These are the winds at the low levels, and you can see the turning in these winds, okay, from low levels as you go up with height. Right, so the winds are really feeding in from the south. They swing to the southeast, right around to the east, and then as you get up to about 24,000 feet, or actually 20,000 feet, they come back from the north. This is your moisture lines, the two red ones. It's quite saturated. You can see that the lines are close together. There is lift in the low levels, which would probably blend out and just become general rain areas in the mid-levels there. But these winds here, you know, as you climb up above, say, 14,000 feet up through to 25,000 feet, the wind's back on shore. So as you get these low-level showers build up and develop into rain areas, they come back onshore, so they come back on themselves, and it can be quite heavy. I've shown you this quite a few times now with these plots. That's how we look out for enhanced rainfall areas, and also possible water spouts and that sort of thing, but we'll have to see about that. There's not a lot of lift there for water spouts. It'll be quite cool and cloudy and rainy. Right, so if we also move on to the weather zone chart here, this is the Access R model, and this is for Saturday at 10 AM. You can see the low circulation out here off the southeast Queensland coast. It's not an east coast low at this stage. It's only really a surface low, but it's still got good potential to drive, you know, gusty winds, heavy showers and rain areas along the coast on Saturday for areas, say, south of about Rocky, and particularly over southeast Queensland there. You can see the shading, that's rainfall shading there. Quite a large, it falls in excess of 100 mil offshore there. So I don't really want those to come in. We've had enough rain lately along the coast. Probably inland Queensland, they're pretty dry out here. You know, there's a few showers. I'm at Miles at the moment. There's been a few showers around. The country's not looking too bad out here. It's still quite green. There's been some rainfall around.